The Rock, the electrifying force, whose charisma turned wrestling swagger into global superstardom. Stone Cold, the beer-smashing rebel who made Attitude the heartbeat of the 90 seconds. The Undertaker, the dark phenom, whose presence alone sent chills through arenas. Triple H, the cerebral assassin whose evolution shaped an entire generation. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, whose high-flying passion made him a living masterpiece. Kane, the Red Demon, whose towering wrath turned fear into entertainment. Mick Foley, the fearless wildheart who sacrificed everything for unforgettable moments. Bret Hart, the excellence of execution whose precision made wrestling an art. Goldberg, the unstoppable juggernaut whose entrance alone built legends. Big Show, the gentle giant whose size stunned fans, but whose charisma won hearts. Chris Jericho, the shape-shifting rock star who constantly reinvented himself. Kurt Angle, the gold medal warrior who turned intensity into a legacy. The Ultimate Warrior, the Neon Storm who sprinted into wrestling mythology. Razor Ramon, the swaggering bad guy whose coolness became legendary. Kevin Nash, the towering outsider whose calm dominance reshaped the business. Sting, the silent vigilante whose face paint and mystery captivated generations. Ric Flair, the limousine-riding icon whose woo echoed through history. Booker T, the five-time champion whose passion and power made him unforgettable. Eddie Guerrero, the beloved trickster who lied, cheated, and stole his way into our hearts. Rey Mysterio, the masked miracle who redefined what high-flying excellence could be. Edge, the rated R visionary who turned chaos into championship moments. Christian, the underrated master whose wit and work ethic spoke louder than titles. The Dudley Boys, the table-breaking brothers whose hardcore legacy remains unmatched. The Hardys, the daredevil duo whose fearless flights defined an entire generation. Chris Benoit, the technical machine whose wrestling craft left a complicated legacy. The Godfather, the charismatic entertainer who brought swagger and smiles to every show. Val Venis, the cheeky showman whose entrance alone became 90 seconds pop culture. JBL, the brash cowboy, turned tycoon whose arrogance built his empire. Road Dogg, the mic master whose swagger gave the Attitude Era its voice. Billy Gunn, the powerhouse athlete whose longevity became his greatest flex. X-Pac, the lightning-fast rebel whose energy electrified the ring. Chyna, the ninth wonder of the world, who shattered every rule written for women. Lita, the fearless queen whose aerial risks rewrote women's wrestling. Trish Stratus, the fitness icon, who evolved into one of the greatest female performers ever. Sable, the bombshell whose presence dominated the 90 seconds spotlight. Sunny, the original diva whose charisma shaped the early digital wrestling era. Jacqueline, the tough-as-nails pioneer who paved the way for a new generation. Alundra Blaze, the fearless trailblazer, remembered for both her talent and her bold statements. The British Bulldog, the powerhouse hero who carried pride into every arena. Yokozuna, the imposing titan whose dominance became wrestling legend. Sid Vicious, the intense gladiator whose stare alone could crush opponents. Tatanka, the Native American warrior whose spirit and strength defined his journey. Rikishi, the lovable heavyweight whose iconic moves became pure entertainment. Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man whose intensity bridged MMA and WWE. Sergeant Slaughter, the commanding hero whose grit made him an American classic. Mankind, the tortured soul whose mask, madness, and heart made him unforgettable.